All right, Friday, guys, Friday the 17th. I'm so glad that we did cover so much those first 2 weeks because I feel like I'm flying through this. My back is not dying on me yet, so that's good. Friday the 17th, we have as many rounds or reps as possible. That's what those letters stand for. You're gonna pick between 15 and 20 minutes. That means you could do 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, or 20, or more if you want. How they work is you just continuously run through the exercises listed, and you try not to take any breaks. So normally we do a rounds workout. You do 4 exercises, take a break. 4 exercises, round 2. 4 exercises, round 3. This one, you just keep repeating it. So there's no rounds. You just keep repeating it. And I will talk about how you can keep track later if you are interested. Overhead swing, push up, quick pulse, squat, devil press. Overhead swing, so you can do, I'll do 2, you can do 2 weights or 1 weight depending on how much weight you want to do or what you're comfortable holding. So this is what like your overhead with 2, or you could hold 1 the long way overhead. I'm not really swinging that well because it just hurts too much to like do that with my back, but that's your overhead swing. Push-ups, if you've done it before, you know what a push-up is. I'm not even going over it. Quick pulse squat, that's when you squat, bounce up, squat, bounce up. And devil press, I'm gonna use my light weights for this. Down, out. If you do full, you're gonna drop all the way down. If you don't, you're gonna be here. In, weights between your legs, up overhead, okay? All right, so our swings, overhead swings. I think we probably talked about swings, but we didn't do overhead. So again, like I said, you can either hold 2 weights or you can hold 1, and I kind of wrap my hands around the top. But basically what you're doing is you're doing a swing, but instead of ending here, you bring the weights all the way overhead. So this is ideal if you have a kettlebell. If not, you can hold, like I said, 2 or 1. This is hard for me to show because this really hurts my back. So I'm just gonna try my best. So the swing is where you bring your butt to the wall, you push it back, the weight is between your legs, you're gonna thrust forward, the weight's gonna come up overhead this time. So normally we come down and we end here. This is our normal swing. Overhead swing, you end overhead. Come down between your legs, end overhead, okay? Normally, it's got much more power than this, and it's faster than this. It's just hurts me too much to do it. If you need to, you can Google swings or overhead swings. You just want to remember that you're doing the deadlift stance. So your butt is going to the wall, you're folding at the waist, you're hinging. You're not squatting down, okay? Remember that. Push-ups. So I'm just gonna double check and see if we talked about this before. Because if you also know, my wrist is hurt. We did do push-ups previously, so I'm not gonna explain them. I'm just gonna quickly show you a kneeling push-up. So make sure that your spine is neutral, your arms are stacked, your butt is not up, your hips are not sunken. Everything goes down together, come up together, down together, up together. And usually, like, even if I'm someone who does normally do full push-ups, a lot of times in as many reps as possible workout, I end up having to drop down to my knees because I end up doing so many. Quick pulse squat. Squat down, do a little bounce, that's your pulse, up, down, pulse, up, down, pulse, up, down, pulse, up, okay? You can tap the chair, you can't obviously sit because once you sit, it ruins the pulse. Devil press. So this is very, very similar to, this is almost like combining like a burpee and a thruster. So normally I use heavier weight for this, but I'm gonna use lightweight today because of my back, and I'm gonna try to show you best I can. So you're going to, or I should say, it's almost like combining a burpee and an overhead swing. That's what I meant to say. It's like combining a burpee and an overhead swing. So you're gonna pick full or half or off of a height. So for full, you're gonna come down, you're gonna jump out, and you're gonna touch the ground. Now, you can do that part holding on to the weights or not, okay? So the only real reason that you wouldn't hold on to the weights is if you feel like they're rolling underneath you. Like if you're trying to hold them and you come down and you feel like it's like doing this, then put them on the ground, stand up, put your hands out on the side of them, drop down, come up, then grab them, swing between your legs, swing overhead, or you're gonna do it holding on. Down, out, drop down, come up, swing between your legs, up overhead, okay? Or you can do off of a height. If you do off of a height, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to show you half. Down, out, in, swing, overhead. So down, out to a half, in, swing overhead, okay? Now, if you do it to a height, you're gonna change it from a swing overhead to almost like a clean and press, because you're not gonna be able to swing like this with the chair in front of you. So you're gonna put the weights on the chair. You're gonna put your hands on the outside of the weights on the chair. You're gonna jump out, you're gonna come in, grab your weights, shoulder press, down, 1. Outside of the weights, jump out, jump in, shoulder press, 2, okay? So there's a lot of modifications for that one. And that's it. So you just literally run through them nonstop. What I like to do, because I like to know how many I did, that's why it's called as many reps or as many rounds as possible, is I tally. So I keep a pen, or you could keep this next to you with a pen, and every time I finish the 12, 6, 12, I make a mark. But I don't stop to take a break. I just stop to mark it, keep going, mark it, keep going, mark it, keep going. And at the end, I count up my tallies. So if I say I did 10, I would multiply 10 by the number in front of each exercise to figure out how many total reps I did. So if I did 15 minutes and I had 10 tallies, that means I got 120 swings, 60 push-ups, 120 quick pulses, and 60 double press. So that's why I like to keep track, because I feel like you always get way more done than you think you would in that short period of time. So, you know, if I typically do these and I like almost never take a break. If anything, I slow my pace, but I don't ever stop. So some people just don't have that stamina yet. So they might do like 3 or 4, you know, cycles and then take a break and then start again. But you don't have a planned rest or break. You just work. It's almost like a race against yourself. You want to get as much done as you can. So if you're not a competitive person, you probably won't like this type of workout. I am, and again, like I said, I like to know how much I get done. So I always push myself really hard in these type of workouts. So sometimes when I don't feel like working out, I will do like a 15-minute or even a 10-minute, as many reps as possible, and I always get so much more done in a shorter period than if I would have done like a regular rounds workout. I feel like I would have taken my time, I would have gone slower, it would have taken me longer, and in this way I feel like I get more done. So again, if you were interested in how much you get done, you're gonna tally every time you finish those 4, and then at the end you're gonna multiply them by the number of reps, which is the number in front of your each exercise. So with that being said, if you have 30 seconds left on your timer and you figure like, well, I'm not gonna get through all of these, you don't stop. You just do what you can. So you might have 10 tallies, and then you might have gotten your swings done, which would be another 12, and then you only got 3 push-ups. So when you go to count that, it's gonna be 10 times 10 for all of them, plus 12 for your swings, plus 3 for your push-ups, okay? So as many reps as possible. So you don't wanna just stop just to make an even number of tallies. You want to get as many as you can. This is more of like a CrossFit workout. So normally they're like ranking you against everybody else in the class to see who can get at how many or whatever, whoever, you don't win, but you know, whoever can do the most or whatever. So you want, every rep counts. So remember, don't just stop just because you don't think you're going to finish. Just do what you can, okay? And that's week 3.